Well, hello there. This is Kim from the Active Life LLC. I haven't posted a video in over a month, maybe two, but I thought I'd jump on here real quick. I was thinking about as the holidays approach. I think I've made a video about this before, but this is your refresher. All right, so for those of you who have loved ones who are living in senior community memory care or group home and are planning to pick your loved one up and take them home for Thanksgiving. Just a few things you might want to consider as you prepare to do that, right? So you know your loved one and their how much stimulation they can take before they go into another zone, basically when it becomes too much. So, be mindful of that as you have them out and like how many hours they've been away from what they're used to and how many people are around and how much noise is going on and is there a bunch of background stuff going on, all of that. Two, if they're on medication, just making sure that they've had their meds before you take them out. Or sometimes I know some places will give you their medication to give them before a meal or what have you. If you've never done that before, I would probably suggest that you let the med tech where they live take care of that, because you would hate to be out with them at home and then trying to give them medication and they refuse to take it. So just being mindful of that. And then the effects of the medication once it's been given. Does it make them drowsy? Do they tend to, how does that affect them, and how will that affect them when you're in transport or at their next where they're going? So those are a couple of things. Two or three, I'm not sure which one I'm on. Always have a change of clothes and some extra adult briefs. I hate to call them diapers. That's like, no, because they're not children. And pull-up still sounds like a kid thing. So we call them briefs, or, undies, however you want to say it, that works for you and helps to, keep their dignity. But anyway, you want to have change of clothes and some of those extra, just in case they have an accident. I don't know if you have at home, if you have the adult wipes, all of that. So those are helpful as well. So you're kind of packing a bag of some stuff. I would even throw in a couple of snacks, depending on how long the drive is from where you're bringing them to where they're going. And, a couple of small bottled waters to keep them hydrated. Once you get to your location, let them mingle with the people. The family members, they may or may not recall names. So hopefully people won't, you could maybe prep them and say, hey, don't ask, he or she, do you remember me? Do you remember me? Do you remember who I am? Because we know when you have dementia, they don't remember. They may not, they may say yes, but they can't say your name. So just try to always keep it like a positive situation, right? And just like I said, be mindful of how much time, what time of day it is. If you eat early, like 1 or what have you, so that would be like probably a little later than they normally eat lunch, but lunchtime. And maybe if you're trying to get them back to where they live before dinner or by dinner time. So it all depends on what they're able to handle. And if they're having a good time and, it's been 3 hours and they're still going, then you're okay. But if you start to see them drift away from the crowd, or, the body language changes, or the facial expressions tend to be more looking down or sorrowful or what have you, then, just keep constantly checking in on them, asking they're okay, how you doing, and you can even ask them, are you ready to go? Are you ready to go home? I know it's not their home, but it's the home that they're used to, because this is where they've had their routine, where they have their daily routine, where they sleep, all of that, and the people and staff that they're used to seeing all the time. So just play it by ear, be flexible, prepare to have a lot of patience and compassion on that day, and prayerfully you have a good time with them. that it's a positive experience. They have good interaction with family and friends, and and be mindful of the possibility of having to, if it's a short distance from where you live, having to take them back and come back to your guests, or and have somebody take over while you're gone, while you're taking them home. So I'm trying to think of anything else. We covered medication, change of clothes, snacks, water for hydration. I'm sure I'm leaving something out because there's a lot. But just keep an open mind. Like I said, try to have as much patience as you possibly can. Try to see the situation from their vantage point of what it might be like to be removed from what's familiar into a different surrounding with people and noise and kids running around and all those things that can be overstimulation for someone who has dementia. But I used to bring my father home on Sundays for Sunday dinner. We usually wouldn't keep him more than 3 hours because that seemed like the time that he could do well. So I would pick him up for early dinner, and we would watch television. If he needed a haircut, sometimes I would do that, but just try to keep it real positive. Usually have dessert, where I don't usually make desserts every week, but for someone who's used to having a dessert after dinner, we would have some dessert available after dinner. And most of the time it was pretty pleasant. So I'll be praying that your holiday time goes well. Same thing for Christmas, but we'll tackle Thanksgiving since that's right around the corner. And Christmas, I'll try to put out another video to help you with your loved one for Christmas holiday, because sometimes people like to do a couple of days, and that can be a little bit more challenging. So I hope that your Thanksgiving goes really well with your loved one, and that they enjoy this delicious meal with family and friends, and maybe they'll even recall some things that they haven't been able to recall lately. People's names, the food, remembering the food, or cooking together, or whatever the case may be. All right, so that is all for today. Hope you are meeting your challenges head on and reaching out for help when needed. And for those of you who need extra help, Alzheimer's support groups are all over. This is for my Arizona family, but wherever you live, the Alzheimer's Association, check on their website and look for support groups in your area. I swear by them. It helped me in so many ways. I can't even tell you, even after my father was gone. So that's all for now. Again, my name is Kim, and this is The Active Life, signing off until our next video. And just remember, always approach your loved one with love, compassion, and dignity. We'll see you on the next video. Toodles.